This is Umar for BoxNation. I'm joined by someone who's just come off a fantastic knockout victory and his heavyweight Queensberry debut. He's now in Hamburg at the WBC Convention, and you set up there, Lawrence, when you went up with Lee, and that it's an honour, pleasure to be here and be part of the BC family.
Yeah, no, definitely. As we've seen, Mike Tyson's, Muhammad Ali's, the very best of the heavyweights have won WBC heavyweight titles, and I'm pushing to do exactly the same thing.
Just get your immediate reaction to what happened, and now obviously Lee, representing Queensberry, was lobbying for you, and he asked for you to go above Martin Okolie. Just talk to me about his case there and what the WBC said back to that.
Yeah, I think he had a bunch of fighters. He had Moses, Adelaide. Who else did he want to push? Fabio Wardley. Yeah, so he there's a bunch of us. As you said, Frank Warren's got probably the best stable of, not probably, definitely the best stable of heavyweights. So all push him. I've been world champion in 2 weight classes, just puts up the silver. And I think Okolie's boxing for the IBF with a different body, so it's a chance of, sneaking ahead of him. So it was good, yeah. As I said, my aim is to become 3-weight world champion, and the best way to get that is good positioning, put myself in a position to be in an eliminator, final eliminator, and then we go get the big boy belt.
I know it was a very short time you were in the ring on Saturday night, but looking back at it, what were you impressed with, and perhaps some things that you thought weren't on point?
I think it's tough. I was only in there for a couple of minutes.
But I know Joe's a big sort of analyst, critic.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it's more so sort of positions that I was in. It's only a couple of seconds here and there that I was in sort of bad positions, but you have to get rid of those. And the stuff that I was happy with is, the punching power. The guy was the biggest guy I've been in the ring with for actual fight, amateur and pro. And I was still able to sort of catch him with a good right hand and end the fight in the first round. So it's good to see the punching powers obviously maintaining, and reactions were good as well. But there's still more that I need to get out of my heavyweight frame, as in build not too much muscle, because I want to be able to keep my conditioning and speed, but, just more athleticism, but we'll get there.
That will come, I'm sure. Lawrence, with the move up to heavyweight now, obviously you feel much freer, you've talked about that. A big talking point going into the fight, though, was actually your weight. For some reason, people just like to get on your back, I think. Whether it's at cruiser, bridger, now at heavyweight, don't have to make weight. Obviously, you want to be at a certain weight that you feel optimum at, but everyone was talking about your condition, your weight, etc. What do you think your best weight will be?
That remains to be seen. I think probably 250, 248, something like that will probably be it. I think I've still got a few kilos to lose. I do want that summer body. I know that's not what wins fights, but I think as I get closer to these fights where I'm going to be doing 10, 12-week camps, your body does change. It just happens over the camp. So I'm getting back in it, obviously over Christmas, and then looking for a massive 2025. Whatever weight I come in at, I believe in myself. It's not like I don't train. Like for this last fight, I did 30 plus rounds a week for like 4 or 5 weeks in the build up to it. So I was lots of rounds, lots of running, lots of weightlifting. So I was in great physical condition. But people are used to seeing me at 200 pounds, maybe 220, 6 packs, not eating for a week. So when they see me with a bit more flesh, it's like, he's obviously, no, he ain't been training. It's like, no, I've just been training, but I allow myself to eat and enjoy the days.
As long as you felt good, though, that's the main thing.
I felt good. Obviously, as I said, I wouldn't hit my fastest ever 400-meter run at 260, so I do need to lean up a little bit. But this is stuff that doesn't take more than a few weeks of focus.
So we spoke about it briefly straight after the fight at Wembley Arena. You're going to be looking at Zhang Cabello, of course. That's what you're targeting. But you want to stay active. I'm sure Frank wants to get you out. Whether that's a Joe Joyce, perhaps. I know that's something that you guys are open to, correct?
Yeah, definitely. I think looking at it now, obviously I'm ranked number 4. Hopefully we can maintain that ranking. I need to stay active. I need to be in competitive fights. So I think Joe Joyce, I think he's with Queensberry. I'm not sure. So it's a potential fight there. I think there's a bunch of potential fights. Hopefully they do, I don't know, some sort of massive heavyweight card and I get in there. I'm up for fighting anyone, as we've seen. My aim is to become 3-weight world champion. So I obviously will be looking at Zhang versus Caballero, but in the interim, I do need to have another heavyweight fight where I see, okay, if the guy's throwing more punches, what do I do? If the guy's throwing, just another learning step. Like the last one I learned, I can still punch hard, okay, and I've got good reactions. But I want to learn, can I block and counter against, a different style? Anyway, like I said, I'm looking forward to whatever's next.
Lawrence, before I let you go, now we're 10 days out from Usyk Fury 2. In your mind, are you swaying one way or not? You sort of
No, I still believe that Fury's going to win. I thought he'd win the first fight. They had a really close fight. Usyk did have some great moments that obviously keep getting replayed. But outside of that, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But I think going forwards, he needs, in this fight, to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it.
You fancy Fury decision win, yeah?
Yeah, I think Fury decision win. I think it'll be hard for him to get a stoppage. But if he comes out and, it's different because Wilder and Usyk are so completely different in style, but they're not too dissimilar in weight. So if he's able to sort of, treat it like how he treated Cunningham, treat it like how he's treated, White, where you're boxing, but then you're still got one hard shot at a time. I think he might be able to break him down.
Okay. You never sparred Usyk, have you?
No, he's one of the only ones I haven't.
Right. I know sparring with Tyson was a while ago in LA. Was it the first Wilder fight?
First, yeah.
The first Wilder fight, yeah. So it was a while ago. But what was one thing when you were in the ring with Fury that you didn't quite expect that he was really good at?
Avoiding headshots, getting caught in the head. So I kind of just avoided that for when you're doing your rounds, just sort of grafted his body and, then eventually started trying to. But from round one, he moves well and he's constantly sort of, he boxes slightly differently now, but he's always moving and feinting and touching his feet, like just creating different stuff for you to look at where you're always having to sort of kind of watch what he's doing as opposed to I'm going to hit his chin. So it was, good.
Well, it's two masters of boxing doing it all over again in Riyadh in a couple of weeks' time. Not long to go. Lawrence, appreciate your time in Hamburg. Have a good Christmas if I don't see you before.
Same to you.
And a big 2025 coming in for the Source.
Thank you a lot.